I don't know if this is the venue to make a video because I'm in the sauna and it's hot as fuck. And if I put my phone up too high, it'll overheat, so I gotta hold it here. So you're looking up at me in the sauna and I'm hunched over. Ain't it weird? The spectacle of it all. What percent of the quality of a video do you think relies on the spectacle? The way it looks. Spectacular? Because I always thought it was like if it has good audio, it doesn't really matter if the video is kind of shitty. But if it's really good video with bad audio, the video is like unwatchable. Audio's my favorite part of a good video. Like I said, I'm in my sauna. Crisis of faith. I've never really... So I've been on a roller coaster of emotions the last few days, and I've been treating myself pretty good. I've been exercising, getting a lot of sauna treatment, which is a pretty good mild cardio, especially upper body cardio. Eating healthy. Did I say that already? My mind, though, is like blown right now. Like I was talking to my mother earlier, and I was like, she's like, you should come by at the end of the month. I'm like, what day is it? What month is it? What day is it? I was like, and I knew it wasn't October, but I was like, what the fuck is going on? For a moment, I was just like, where am I? Trying to like reground in this time and space. But out of my frustration, because sometimes I'll talk to Jesus. Funny thing to say if you're not a religious person. I'm not a freak, I promise you. I think words instead of say them. It's sort of how I pray. I'll think like, hello, Jesus. Like I'll think it. And then I get a response, and my subconscious will respond to me. Not always, but often, especially with a clear mind. It's like tuning your radio frequency to the right frequency, because it always, God or Jesus or whatever spirit you pray to always responds, but whether or not you perceive the response is sort of like, are you tuned to the frequency where the response is coming in on? And Jesus just now is like, he was like, just don't get frustrated with these people because they know not what they do. They certainly don't intend to frustrate you. And I'm talking about people that are trying to convert me to Christianity. He was like, just don't get frustrated with them. Don't get upset with them. I think for them, it's like cute, or they just think like, Ian's such a good friend. I really want to help him. Accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, Ian. You should get baptized. And you know, if I hear that once in a while from someone, I'm just kind of like, I listened to this shit growing up, so I was really annoyed with it. It distanced me from the church, being pressured into thinking what they told me to think and all that. See things the way they tell me to see things. I'm like, freedom of religion, freedom of thought. But I guess because of the tension I've been feeling the last few days, and a large Charlie, was deeply Protestant Christian. So a lot of people attended church today, and there were a lot of messages to me, and some of them were like, one particular was like, you should get baptized, and I just kind of got overloaded, and I was like, please stop trying to convert me. It's really offensive, and it's like, I can fucking handle it, trust me, but I need you to know that it's the kind of offense where if I told you to renounce Jesus, and you're a Christian, like a deep-rooted belief in Christian, and I tell you to dispel the thought, Jesus isn't God, it's like that kind of offense. Not like, oh, how dare he? It's just like, ooh, it's like a weird thing to be told to do when it's like violates kind of the core of what you are, your understanding of reality. I think it's better just to display and discuss what you believe, and then let the other person display and discuss it, and then let the audience decide what's a better way to think, or let you and I decide like, well, I see some of what you're saying, actually. Now I'm going to maybe start adopting that way of thinking. But to tell me to believe it is like not the way to convert someone. Well, I guess I didn't really have much to say. It's nice making a presence on YouTube once in a while. This is where this video is destined for YouTube. Maybe I'll put it on Twitter too, because I did post, and the problem was I was like, don't fucking convert me. I was like, had kind of a frustrated, but I put it in text. And if you know me and if you followed my work for 20 years, 19 years, 20 years, you know that I am an advocate of using video instead of text to communicate, especially challenging ideas or emotional ideas, because in text, emotion is lost. There's no context, it is not with context. Funny, because text, context is out of context. I don't know. And so I typed it and posted it, and I think a lot of people were surprised and maybe discarded by seeing just a paragraph of like, what the like what looked like me being like raging out, which it really wasn't. It was just a burst of frustration. So I put a video up underneath it to try and clarify my tone in the whole thing. When I was young, I was like surrounded by Christians pretty much. And there were every once in a while these weirdos that would like tell me to do it. And I'd be like, oh my God, like really nerdy kids at school. I'm like, you should do it. And like, to be honest, I'm kind of talking outside my shit right now because I cannot. Well, I remember a guy at church camp sitting me down on the bed when I was 10. This is really disturbing, actually. He was like in these real tight shorts, and he was like 20 or 16. I don't know. He was an adult, basically. He was like a big kid or an adult, and I was 10 or 11. And he took me into the cabin alone, sat me on the bunk on the bed, and then he sat next to me real close too, and opened up the Bible and read something out of the Bible, and then he said, "Now say that you take Jesus into your heart." And I was like, I was thinking like, is he gonna let me leave if I don't? It was like struggle session kind of thing. Like, say these words. And he was like this big authority at the camp. And so I said it, I take Jesus into my heart, and I didn't even know what it meant. And he was like, and then he signed his name in the front of the Bible and he handed it to me. He's like, and he put a bookmark in it too, and then handed it to me. He's like, now you're a Christian. And I was like, there was still like this tension, and then we got up and I think the tension started to lift, and he went outside and I went outside, and we shot arrows later that week. That was pretty cool. I mean, all in all, it was relatively fun camp with my friends from like school. It was like a Christian Methodist camp, and I wasn't Christian, so it was my mom just wanted me to have friends, so she would like send me to all these different sports, and I was like, I don't want to play sports. I don't like elbowing people. I don't like getting elbowed. When I found theater, I found a real community that I could vibe with as an actor. But the church camp was pretty disturbing. That was a really disturbing moment. A very disturbing moment. Because my parents never even did that to me. It was really weird, dude. And so when I get people, a lot of people at once, that's what it was today. It was just building and building. People kept messaging me, and it was like, I'm taking it and taking it and taking it. It's one thing if you want to profess your love for Jesus and Christ and Christianity and all that, and explain how it changed your life, and that you hope I'll come to it, and you pray for me and all that. I love that stuff. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you're even thinking about me. But when you tell me to do it, you've crossed a line. And I don't do that to you. So please don't do that to me. I'm just asking. Okay. Thanks, guys. See you later.